For examples 2 and 3, we're just trying to get you to see what's the difference when we have a negative base attached to an exponent, but it has parentheses around the base. And down here on example 3, what if there was no parentheses around the negative 5? They look like they're the same number, but it's actually slightly different. I think this is pretty clear that negative 5 to the 4th power would represent 4 negative 5s. And it gets us a total or product of 625. One way to think of this is negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. And then if we did the same down here at the 2 down here at the end, negative 5 times negative 5 again would also be positive 25. And then we can multiply those two 25s together and we would get positive 625. Or perhaps if you just wanted to see it more clearly, hey, 4 negative 5s multiplying each other, yes, it's 625. We understand that, okay? But what's happening, since there's no parentheses attached to the negative 5, what's really happening is that it's a positive 5 to the 4th power, and that negative sign is sitting outside. So we've got 4 positive 5s sitting right here inside the parentheses. So now we have to go find out what 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is. It's 625. And then that negative pretty much just attaches itself to the 625. Or you can look at it as if it was a negative 1 times what's happening inside the parentheses. So this would be a negative 1 times 625. So our final answer is negative 625. Now this seems really strange to you, I understand, but it is just part of what we need to know for a few things in algebra where it pops up and how to use this calculator correctly. So let's go take a look at how we would actually get this on a calculator for example 2. Notice that I'm using parentheses around the base, just like here, shown on example 2, and then we're going to put it in as to the 4th power. And if I hit enter, indeed we get 625. What about if we don't use the parentheses? Well, if I say negative 5th to the 4th power, it's going to show us that it's negative 625, which is what we're showing down here. So this explains how the calculator is working it through. And it's just an important thing to remember that you need to know, are the parentheses around the base? If it is, then that negative sign stays with that base every single time. If there's no parentheses around the base, just kind of kick that negative sign to the outside. Think of it as like a negative 1 times the positive base timesing itself over and over, and then you'll get to the correct answer.